I had a really interesting day today. I had a messed up experience at the grocery store, which led to 2 hours of videos being recorded and then 2 hours of watching them. And throughout that process, I looked at myself as I cried and cried and cried in the videos. And the video had started by me saying I'm not going to talk about a certain thing, and then not even 2 minutes later, I started talking about all of it. And after the 1 hour mark, I was in tears talking about it, and I was in tears watching it. I didn't recognize myself. Half of my face was mine, and the other half was this damaged, broken person. I realized how I've been living barely alive. I had my life taken from me while I was still alive. My name, my gender, my furry babies, the home I shared with the love of my life, all of my sentimental belongings, all of my history, and the love of my life. Our families together, all the moments we had together, all the moments we would have had together. Birthdays, the Christmases, the anniversaries, the mornings and evenings and breakfasts, lunch and dinner, and just going to the lake, watching TV together. A life was taken from me, and it was my own. And I've had to live without that version of me for the past 2 years, as someone that I have very little clue as to who it is. And today, when I was watching these videos of me explaining what happened to me, finally, after all this time, just letting it all out, that pain doesn't belong to me anymore. The person I miss doesn't exist. The things he took belonged to someone else. The life he stole from me belongs to someone else. It belongs to a ghost. It belongs to the love of his life that died. The one that lived in my body. And the love of my life that died in his, while his body still lives, each of us carrying the other one's ghost. I saw myself cry today, and I saw myself hold back those tears as best as I could. And telling you that my heart broke was an understatement. I saw how much my face has changed from crying and grieving. How much I've carried the past with me, to the point where half of my body looks like it's carrying something and dragging behind, and the other side looks like it's ignoring everything and just moving forward. The female side leading the way, the male side too broken to get up to do anything. It's like every story. The mother and the children, the father and the children, masculine and the feminine, the husband and wife, the earth and the moon, the sun and the stars. Less than 6 inches away. May as well be 6 million miles or 6 million years. So now I get to leave it all. Because asking for my things back, asking for the remnants of a ghost, from the remnant of a ghost. It's just too much. No one should have to ask for those things. They should never have been taken away. They should never have been kept away. So here's to everyone who's had a heart broken in ways that they can't even put into words, to where the silence is the only thing that helps anyone comprehend what you've been through. I couldn't cry anymore today, and I took a deep breath and I sighed and exhaled, and the sky started crying for me. I grieve for someone that doesn't exist anymore. And everything that that person had belongs to someone who doesn't exist in their own bodies anymore. He's there, but he's not there. He's him, but he's not him. He's the love of my life, and he's also the worst enemy I've ever known. He's the keeper of everything I've ever had and everything I ever was. Yet he has no idea who I am or what he's done. I lost my life while I still live. I lost my name, my home, my family, sentimental moments marked in little trinkets, love letters, one for each day for years and years. Mirrors with love notes and pictures that were taken when no one knew that they were being taken. Pictures of me hugging a niece and my grandmother and holding a baby. A smile on my face when we bought a house. Pictures of me sleeping, pictures of him asleep, of our home, of our garden, of our life. DVDs and books and cards, rings and necklaces and crystals and paintings, grandmother's carpets and curtains, dining room sets and work tools and glass bottles and gummy bear molds, a beautiful desk and paintings and a glass scarlet rose that held a candle in it. And he had got that for me so that every time I wanted to relight our fire, all we'd have to do was put a candle in there. And we'd have our rose blooming and burning eternally. Little stars dangling in every window. 4 little furry babies. Trees to grow so much fruit our grandchildren would still be eating them and thriving off of them. Statues of goddesses and fairies and Buddhas made out of stone and crystals and porcelain and cloth. Plates and pots and pans, the most ornate designs on them, little honeycomb honey containers, mini tridents and mini shovels, teapots that looked like little phoenixes, teacups shaped of little birds, CDs from 10, 20 years ago, my high school books, the books I was writing, my journals, tarot cards upon tarot cards, paintings, portraits, so many clothes and blankets we slept in, 2 beds we had. In every inch of a house that had memories for years. An entire city that we lived in. We traveled all over and for 6 years. All that was taken by someone who isn't even who he is. He died within his body, and his ghost took my life from within mine. Now we're just echoes. And all I want to do is echo my way home. But there's no home anymore there. Now it's just a mausoleum, a tomb. It only exists in my mind. He lives there now and he does something else there. Living his own echo. Silent to me, but active to himself. All the while he dances around with my clothes and my name in our home. With every gift he got me and every curtain my grandmother gave us and the things my passed away grandfather gave. Gifts and mementos and trinkets. And all they know of them is that they belong to someone who did bad things. Someone who cried a lot and someone who felt too much. Someone who tried too hard. And someone who walked away. To save what was left of me before I became another ghost. to myself, what happens to a ghost when it dies? I didn't want to find out, so I left. I left an entire life behind. Maybe one day the fates will smile, and I'll be able to have my trinkets, my memories, the treasures of a life lived, the proof that I lived that life, so that this person I am now would have a history. Maybe the universe will balance itself out, and maybe this is just the beginning of the story. So this is what it's like to be a ghost.